Howdy, y'all. I bet y'all been wondering where I was at. I've been busy today, I guarantee you. I got a friend came over fairly early and got my garden tractor fixed, and so I mowed and I weed whacked and I weeded out all my flower gardens and vegetable gardens. And the friend that came over and fixed my garden tractor for me also trimmed the tree above the garage that was basically rubbing the shingles off the garage. I need to reshingle that garage before too long. I can't afford to right now, but it needs it big time. It needed it when I bought the place, and I hadn't done it yet. And I remember a couple, 3 weeks ago when I loaded the back of the pickup full of tree limbs from when I cut out all the dead wood from around the lavender bushes back there. Had tree limbs up above the top of the cab of the pickup. Well, it's just about that full again right now. And tomorrow morning I'll tie it all down good and go to the tree limb cemetery and dump them all out there and see if I can find me some more cedar wood for free out there. That's about that, y'all. I got everything watered. Well, I didn't water the flower. Well, I watered the flowers that's in raised beds or containers. The ones that's in the ground I didn't water, but everything else got watered. All the vegetables and all the flowers that's in containers or raised beds. Early in the morning I'll go out and water the rest of them. I've been outside all day, pretty much about 95% of the day, and the yard looks pretty, y'all. I'm glad he got my garden tractor fixed again, because I need that thing. He's a good friend. He does stuff for me, and I told him on payday I'll pay him, but I couldn't today. He's all right with that. He works at a convenience store here in town, and at one of them there's two of them, and he does any kind of odd jobs he can get also. And somebody hired him yesterday or the day before to put new flooring down. I don't know if it's in all the house or part of the house or what, but he did that, whatever he's hired to do. And now they got another job for him. He told me what, but I forgot what. But he, like a lot of people in this town, can't drive a car, and so he has a moped or whatever you call it. I don't think that's the right word. It's a small motor scooter, not really a motorcycle. I don't know what it is, but that's how he gets around town. It looks like fun. I wish I had one, but I don't. I got a truck, and I'm thankful for that truck. Oh, and I did some bondoing on the the body work that I've been working on, and that stuff hardens almost instantly. Matter of fact, the first two batches of Bondo I mixed it together on the workbench out in the garage, and by the time I got to my truck, it was already dry. So I wasted a lot of Bondo, but the next batch I made, it worked, and that stuff dries fast, and I already sanded it pretty good. I've got to do some more sanding, but it's when I get that thing primed and painted, you're not going to be able to tell I had dents in that truck. So I'll be happy when that happens. But it's been that way a year probably. I can't remember when it was. I went to Nebraska and somebody sideswiped me all the way from the front to the back. But it wasn't bad. They just barely got me. The dents weren't bad, but they were bad enough I wanted them fixed. And they're fixed now. I just need to prime it and paint it after payday. Because paint's expensive. That kind of paint's expensive. I guess all paint's expensive. But automotive paint, it seems, is real expensive. It's crazy how. Well, let me get my glasses off and I'll give you your daily Bible reading. I gave you chapter 20 of 2nd Chronicles yesterday. I think I gave you 19 and 20. I'm not sure. Maybe just 20. I don't remember. But anyway, I gave you 20 and I want to reread you verse 32 of 20 and then go into 21. Verse 32 of chapter 20, which I read to you yesterday, but I'm going to read again. It says, and he, talking about Jehoshaphat, walked in the way of Asa, his father, and departed not from it, doing that which was right in the sight of the Lord. That was good. Now we're going to start in chapter 21, where Jehoram takes over after Jehoshaphat's death. Chapter 21 of 2nd Chronicles. Now Jehoshaphat slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David, and Jehoram his son reigned in his stead. So it's Asa, and then Jehoshaphat, and now Joram. And he had brethren, the sons of Jehoshaphat, Azariah and Jehiel, and Zechariah, and Azariah, and Michael, and Shephatiah. All these were the sons of Jehoshaphat, king of Israel. And their father gave them great gifts of silver and of gold, and of precious things, with fenced cities in Judah. But the kingdom gave he to Jehoram, because he was the firstborn. Now when Jehoram was risen up to the kingdom of his father, he strengthened himself and slew all his brethren with the sword, and divers also of the princes of Israel. Jehoram was 32 years old when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, like as did the house of Ahab, for he had the daughter of Ahab to wife, and he wrought that which was evil in the eyes of the Lord. Howbeit, the Lord would not destroy the house of David, because of the covenant that he had made with David, and as he promised to give a light to him and to his sons forever. In his days the Edomites revolted from under the dominion of Judah, and made themselves a king. Then Jehoram went forth with his princes, and all his chariots with him, and he rose up by night, and smote the Edomites which compassed him in, and the captains of the chariots. So the Edomites revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. The same time also did Libnah revolt from under his hand, because he had forsaken the Lord God of his fathers. Moreover, he made high places in the mountains of Judah, and caused the inhabitants of Jerusalem to commit fornication, and compelled Judah thereto. And there came a writing to him from Elijah the prophet, saying, Thus saith the Lord God of David thy father, because thou hast not walked in the ways of Jehoshaphat thy father, nor in the ways of Asa king of Judah, but hast walked in the ways of the kings of Israel, and hast made Judah and the inhabitants of Jerusalem to go a whoring, like to the whoredoms of the house of Ahab, and also hast slain thy brethren of thy father's house, which were better than thyself. Behold, with a great plague will the Lord smite thy people, and thy children, and thy wives, and all thy goods. And thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day. I would not like to have that sickness, y'all. Moreover, the Lord stirred up against Jehoram the spirits of the Philistines and of the Arabians that were near the Ethiopians, and they came up into Judah, and brake into it, and carried away all the substance that was found in the king's house, and his sons also, and his wives, so that there was never a son left him, save Jehoahaz, the youngest of his sons. And after all this, the Lord smote him in his bowels with an incurable disease. And it came to pass that in the process of time, after the end of 2 years, his bowels fell out by reason of the sickness. So he died of sore diseases, and his people made no burning for him like the burning of his fathers. 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned in Jerusalem 8 years, and departed without being desired. Howbeit they buried him in the city of David, but not in the sepulchres of the kings. Chapter 22. And the inhabitants of Jerusalem made Ahaziah his youngest son king in his stead, for the band of men that came with the Arabians to the camp had slain all the eldest. So Ahaziah the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, reigned. 42 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. His mother's name also was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri. He also walked in the ways of the house of Ahab, for his mother was his counselor to do wickedly. Wherefore he did evil in the sight of the Lord, like the house of Ahab, for they were his counselors after the death of his father to his destruction. He walked also after their counsel, and went with Jehoram the son of Ahab, king of Israel, to war against Hazael, king of Syria, at Ramoth Gilead, and the Syrians smote Joram. And he returned to be healed in Jezreel because of the wounds which were given him at Ramah when he fought with Hazael, king of Syria. And Azariah the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Jehoram the son of Ahab at Jezreel, because he was sick. And the destruction of Ahaziah was of God by coming to Joram, for when he was come, he went out with Jehoram against Jehu the son of Nimshi, whom the Lord had anointed to cut off the house of Ahab. And it came to pass that when Jehu was executing judgment upon the house of Ahab, and found the princes of Judah and the sons of the brethren of Ahaziah that ministered to Ahaziah, he slew them. And he sought Ahaziah, and they caught him, for he was hid in Samaria, and brought him to Jehu. And when they had slain him, they buried him, because, said they, he is the son of Jehoshaphat, who sought the Lord with all his heart. So the house of Ahaziah had no power to keep still the kingdom. But when Athaliah, the mother of Ahaziah, saw that her son was dead, she arose and destroyed all the seed royal of the house of Judah. But Jehoshabeath, the daughter of the king, took Joash, the son of Ahaziah, and stole him from among the king's sons that were slain, and put him and his nurse in a bedchamber. But Jehoshabeath, the daughter of King Jehoram, the wife of Jehoiada the priest, for she was the sister of Ahaziah, hid him from Athaliah, so that she slew him not. And he was with them hid in the house of God 6 years, and Athaliah reigned over the land. That's chapters 21 and 22 of 2nd Chronicles, y'all. I don't know what else to say, so I guess I'll say nothing. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. You're the most awesome family ever. I appreciate y'all. God bless you, my friends, and I still pray for y'all every night. I thank God for y'all.